Hi, welcome back to Feel Food Factor. Today I'm going to show you the hiwala okra or bhindi in a South Indian style. It's more like a saucy texture. So for this combination I've taken bhindi and poi saag, or what you called as Malabar spinach. So I've taken about 10 small size okra, 3 medium sized tomatoes, and about half a pound or like quarter kilo of poi saag or Malabar spinach. And here I have soaked chana dal, 2 tablespoons of chana dal, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, dried red chilies in water for 1 hour, and also these are 4 green chilies. And for tadka I have taken mustard seeds, jeera seeds and methi seeds, along with that curry leaves and also hing. So I'll also add in some salt and turmeric. Now I'm going to make a paste of the chana dal, mustard and dry red chilies that I have soaked earlier. So I've taken a new Ninja kitchen system. It has a very powerful motor. I'm using this for the first time now after I bought it. So it's doing a very good job, I would say. And the preferred consistency for this is like a smooth paste, and I got that in seconds, not even minutes. It took about 30 seconds for me to make a smooth paste out of the chana dal. So it's quite a powerful motor. So in half a cup of yogurt I'm going to mix this chana dal paste, and here the chana dal acts as a binding agent. When you mix in the chana dal or besan or like chickpea flour to yogurt based curries, what it does is when you cook the yogurt mixture, it does not get curdled. It will still remain in a silky smooth texture without curdling. So besan or chickpea flour or chickpea paste, or it gives that kind of texture to the yogurt. So I've mixed it thoroughly, and now I'm going to make a paste of the tomatoes also. I'm using the smoothie option here. So the smoothie option, once I select that option, it's automatically doing the job for me. It will start and stop all by itself. I have like zero monitoring. See, it's automatically it's going to a zero, and I don't have to do anything. Now that the tomato paste is ready, I've heated a pan and I'm going to add in some oil to this. It requires very little oil. So for these kind of recipes, coconut oil tastes much better, but you can also use any regular cooking oil that you prefer. So once the oil is hot, it should not be smoking hot, because coconut oil does not have a lot of smoking point. Now I'm going to add in the tadka ingredients, the mustard, jeera and methi seeds, and I will wait for them to splutter. Once you get the nice aroma of the tadka, and once you see all the tadka is spluttered well, that's when you're going to add the cut bhindis. What I did is I just cut the bhindis in half so that the pieces are big enough and they don't get mushed when they are cooked, and also the curry leaves. You must be wondering why the bhindi color is a little different, or the okra. What I did is I bought a big batch of okra the other day when I went for grocery shopping, and I froze a bunch of them. And I generally do that because my shopping trips are like very rare because of the COVID. So I hardly go to grocery shopping these days. So I tend to freeze my vegetables after cutting them. So I've added the Malabar spinach or the poi saag also, along with the tomato juice. And I'm going to cook this vegetable in the tomato juice. So it gives a nice sour and tartness to this particular gravy, I would say. So I've added a little bit of salt and also turmeric, and I'll check the salt at the end. If I need more, I will add more salt, and I will cook this for about 5 minutes. I'm going to put the lid on and cook it for 5 minutes. It already started bubbling, and now I put the lid on, and after 5 minutes I'm going to check back. It looks like the bhindi is halfway cooked. So now I'm going to add in the yogurt and chana dal mixture to this. See how silky smooth it is? That's how it's supposed to go on the stove. And immediately once you add it to the pan, it tends to get thick because of the chana dal. So all you have to do is, if it is getting more thicker, you just add in a little bit of water at a time, like about half a glass or so, not more, because if it becomes too thin, it doesn't taste good. So add in a little bit of water at a time. See, the curry is already become very thick now, so I'm going to add half a glass or less than half a glass of water, and I have to let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, because the chana dal needs to get cooked thoroughly and until all the raw smell goes off. So once you see that there is an orange color liquid floating on top because of the tomatoes and also the ground mustard, it gives a very typical color to this gravy. Now I've checked the seasoning, and the salt is a little bit on the lesser side. I've added a little bit of salt, and I'm going to cook this for another 10 to 15 minutes until it's all nice thick, and it gives a nice texture. And also the vegetables looked pretty well cooked. The bindis are soft enough. Now I'm going to serve this with steaming hot rice. This particular dahi and bindi sabzi, or we call it majig pulsu in South India. We serve it hot with rice, just like how kadi chawal is served, the same way. This recipe I learnt it from my mother. So there are other variations in this particular recipe which I learned from my mother-in-law. In my future recipes, I'm going to show them to you as well. But this is one of my favorite to-go recipes, and has no onion or garlic in it. Do try this recipe and tell me how you like it in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe to Feel Food Factor. Have fun.